Hello and welcome to Yasa TV. Welcome to the channel, people. Yeah, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. I have to say it 3 times, yeah, because we made it. You know what I mean? We're back where we belong. You know what I mean? In the Champions League. That's where we are. So I thought I'd just go live for a bit, innit? I ain't got that much time, but I thought I'd go live for a bit. And I don't know, man. Kind of like speak about the game, talk some football. Do you know what I mean? And like, yeah, it's weird because I'm so happy. Yeah, in a way where it's like I know it's only Champions League and it's only top four, but this is a reason for us to kind of look forward again. It's a reason for us to like, okay, we've managed to get top four. Now get the players that we need to get, and let's go for the league. Do you know what I mean? Go and get an usher, man. Now you can't say that we don't have the money. Now you can't say that we don't have the wage structure is this and the wage structure is that and this is this. Like, there's no excuses anymore now. And now the eyes are on the ownership for and see and we need to see what they're gonna do this summer. That's the importance of this. This is why we had to make sure we got top four because it would have been like a step back again. Do you know what I mean? It would have been like, okay, it's a step back. You know what I mean? Another year trying to get top four because you want to get top four. Because usually when you're all the way down the bottom of the table or something, you don't necessarily have have the you don't want to just keep trying to say, okay, next season I'm getting top four because you're not always gonna just jump from wherever you are to win the league. It doesn't always happen. Not everyone's like us. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's like us, Chelsea. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones where we have to make sure that we win, um, that we do the right thing in the transfer window. Very important, bro. The striker position, the goalkeeper's position seems to be sorted. Do you know what I mean? Um, so like, bro, every time I look up and it says we made UCL, I'm like, yes. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy, bro. So on to betters now. I believe you, man. Let me add you to the stage. What you saying, my brother?
Yo, big up, bro.
Yeah, man, bro. You don't understand. Listen, I know that I've seen basically almost every trophy in it. So like this doesn't I can't say that this doesn't like excite me like that, but it's like but because I've been in the bottom, I would call this is basically my bottom, 12 and then I don't know, six last season, all of that kind of stuff. To
No,
get
for
back
what?
in the Champions League and build from that, it just bro, we got the target. Because you know what the problem is here? If you don't get top four, your next season target almost changes back to being getting the top four. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my issue a little bit. That's where I'm a bit annoyed in it because it was like we should have gotten top four last season on the potch when he came in, and then this season you get the players that you need, and then you challenge. So we almost feel like we're one step behind. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, you know what it is, bro, with you, man. Like, I haven't watched much of Chelsea this season, to be honest.
Hmm.
But the fact you got Champions League, I mean, it should make it easier for you guys to spend your money. But the the problem is, do you guys still go under this policy of like under 25s or something?
Yes and no, innit? The reason I'm saying that is because at some point the policy has to change. It's similar with the wages because the wages here. So we have this wage cap or whatever they want to call it. But once you get in the Champions League, the wage cap increases, isn't it? So it never really stays the same.
Yeah, true.
So they said they're gonna change the wage cap depending on whether we make Champions League or not, because that also means we're gonna make more money, as in our income increases, isn't it? You get the front. This is another thing. We didn't have no front shirt sponsor
Yeah,
because our
well,
ownership, because they were waiting to see if we get top four and then they can get a bigger, bigger amount or whatever it is. And I think we really needed this, bro. Not just the players, not just the fans. Just we needed it as a club, bro. Because then now we can build on from here and say, you know what, buy the players we need in the summer, so we can challenge for the league, innit?
yeah. Well, that sponsor you have done like that. That's a very smart business decision, to be honest, because they'll pay you hella money.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I didn't know
that's
who they were, but then I started looking into it a little bit, and then I was like, right, like, and they only
bro.
managed.
These
I
are
think they
this is
only
the
came in
same
for the
company.
four
This is
games.
the same company. It's the same company that basically is the reason why Burj Khalifa exists.
Yeah, I
They're
read
the
about that. Yeah, I read
yeah
because
yeah
I
they're the
think they own
company
the
that
apartments around it or
yeah
something.
yeah yeah they bro. You see how if you were to go to Dubai Mall, you see all
Mm,
them buildings. You see them like written all on it. That's their
yeah,
buildings, and
I
Burj
never.
Khalifa is one of them as well. Imagine,
Yeah,
it's mad, bro. It's mad.
bro, I don't know. Yo, S, listen, yeah. You said
Big
we're
up,
not making champions. He's a Chelsea fan as well. Big up to you, yeah. But he was saying we're not making top four. That's what he was saying. Watch, Maresca's not making top four. He's not winning the champion or the conference league. He's not doing this and that. My thing has always been this, and like I know that we don't necessarily we haven't seen in the last couple of years. It's just not been good enough in it. So a lot of people's because we went from up high to low. A lot of people have seen what other clubs have done, like an Arsenal and that, where they just like being in the top four or like just being around certain things, and they don't have hope. And I understand it. You don't just dash hope everywhere. Innit? I get that. You can't just say we're winning next year, and winning. You also have to see something to say that indicates to you that you might be winning, or it looks like you potentially will win in it. And I
Mm.
think you don't see that enough. And I think part of it was not getting certain players and that. Because my issue is here that because with my club, some of our fans, yeah, we didn't get Olise and he went to you, innit? So
Oh
what
yeah,
they
you
do
don't get
now,
them.
yeah, so he went to you, and then what they do is they turn around and say, we're gonna just turn on the player that plays right wing for our club. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
because
so
they didn't
that
get
was
the player that they wanted, they just turn on like a Madueke, or they just turn on a Sancho or something. So
so they're
they just
looking within basically is what you're saying.
yeah, they start just turning on the players that are within. And bro, it doesn't help, yeah, especially when you have a young team like we do. The problem with the young team thing is you can push them up to a certain level. And I'm not saying you can't push them, but you know what I mean, innit? It becomes proper
Yeah,
like you, they don't have the experience, they might not even have the mentality yet. And with specifically our team, obviously, we're missing a lot of these experienced players or whatever as well, yeah. Um, but it's like it's still like we still want to see more, and this is why I'm saying this what happened today in terms of us getting top four, yeah, it has put immense pressure on the ownership, in my opinion, because now all the eyes are on them. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna get an Usherman? Are you gonna keep telling me you wanna get um are you still linking me to Sesko? Are you still linking me to Garnacho? Or are you actually gonna go and get the players that we need in it? Now we're alright in terms of the goalkeeper. We have another winger coming in, or 10 if you want to call him in Esteval. We already have Santos coming from. You get it? Some of the business that we done outside is going to come in already.
I know you. I don't know if he's sold or he's loaned, but he's Angelo Gabriel. He's at Nasser.
I
Um,
think we sold him, you know. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure, but I think we sold him. We
bro,
sold him to.
he was actually balling out at one stage at the Nasser, man. I think you should have kept him just by looking at him. Personally. Um, but hey, listen, man, Chelsea. It's interesting to see what they do now. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you about the Osimhen thing. You better act quickly because Al Hilal and Juventus are looking at him. Um,
Hey, Usherman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
us and Juventus. So you better act quickly, bro. Because I actually do think if you do act up, he will pick you over us too. That makes sense.
I
I actually
think,
do think he picks
yeah, I
Chelsea
think he would
over us
pick us. I think he does want to come, but I think his thing is just the wages, bro. I think he, because you know why, yeah. I've started looking around, and even when he was linked to United, it was they were saying the wages to get it. Even when he was linked to United, they were saying, yeah, we like him, but we don't want to pay his wages. We like him, but we don't want to pay his wages. Every team that speaks, because remember, Napoli put him on that crazy contract.
Yeah, true.
And then when they said they didn't want him, he thinks that that's his number, innit? That's what he wants. Our club is basically saying, yeah, how why don't you just take a performance based contract? And remember,
But
he's
I
a
would,
striker. But think about it like this though, he's a striker, so if he bags, he's gonna get his bonuses and that. So it's not like he's not gonna get his money. Fair enough though. I think we did offer him some stupid money, bro. We offered him something dumb like 130K, 140K a week in that summer, yeah, which is nowhere near the money that he's on. But that's also because we didn't have Champions League, so we had to keep him within that wage structure. We thought maybe they'd break the wage structure for him, but they didn't.
but I was gonna say though, like in the case of Osimhen, I actually do think you're gonna have to pay the big bucks for him. Um, because like we're living in a market in which everything is so inflated. So at some
Yeah.
stage, and you know how player power operates, bro, these days, like it's going through the roof. So it's one of them ones for me in which you're just gonna have to just give them what they want, even though they don't deserve it. But I mean, this is the world we live in, bro. Like players are gonna dictate what happens in a transfer saga. They just will. It's sad, but it's the truth. You
You're
get me?
right. You're right. And this is what I think some of these owners also wanna see if they can keep, like, especially our owners, because remember our owners are like a bit weird in terms of they've come from all this American background in terms of like all the other sports and that. Sometimes they want to see if they can move the market the way they want. Does that make sense? They want to manipulate the
Yeah,
market the way they want. So if they think you should only get 250 a week, they will try to see if they can get you to just take the 250 a week and not the 400 a week if that's what you deserve. Do you get what I'm saying? But
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Look, apparently we sold him for a big profit. Yeah, we sent that Gabriel guy. I remember selling him beginning of the thingy because we just started raising funds. Or he might have been part of the sale when we sold players to what's that player?
Saudi
What's that
league,
again?
Saudi
Nah,
league.
yeah, but I think we sold him when we had to make sure we were within PSR. So we started selling everyone around us at some point, which is around.
Maybe then, maybe yeah.
Yeah,
That
and then
was
we
that.
just sold him straight to Saudi, and then we sold a few other players around that as well. So yeah, man, bro. Today, did you watch the games today, or because I know you also do some other watching?
I saw. So I was seeing a little bit of in the gym. I was seeing a little bit of Liverpool's game because it was on.
Yeah.
And I saw the celebration when I got home because my dad likes Liverpool. So
Okay. Yeah. I hear it.
it was one of them ones. But other than that, I didn't really see. Even when I was on the stream with you guys, the North, I didn't watch the game. I was walking, obviously. Um,
Same. I didn't even watch that game. I just went there for the vibe. So I only went
Same,
on Northside channel after the thing. Yeah. So I went straight off Lewis's channel and I went on there. We just laugh. We just went there to laugh. Then I realized they're already winning, so I was like, yeah, chilling.
yeah.
And then obviously they went 1-1, and I didn't know they were by losing. I just realized over time that okay, cool, they conceded when I saw it in the chat. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I thought the game ended when he was first angry, but then I realized when Lee Ray did that Jokeres scored, I was like, oh, or someone else scored. Then I was like,
yeah, it is what it is, bro. You get me. But bro,
yeah, man.
you know what it is, bro. Like for me, like when it comes to you see to the point of like watching ball or not watching, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like after what's been going on the past few days in the transfer window, bro, I'm not in the mood personally.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure you're aware of one of.
this
I'm sure
transfer
you're aware of
window is
one.
so rubbish. It's so
Wait, who?
weird, bro. the transfer window, bro, it's like people just want to be. I understand, yeah, the sagas and all that is fun in terms of, it's only really fun when your club's part of it and you end up getting the player, and it's a player you either need or really like. Do you get what I'm saying?
Bro.
It
You
when
know
you're
what it
not
is,
part of it, it's just, bro, it's just you just seeing everyone else get players, but you not getting players.
bro. No, for me, you know what it is. For me, it's like I was competing for a player that's top. That's top from the country you play in it, and they usually
Hmm.
dream to go for it. Like in my case, Bayern German in it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
he goes to the other side, and it's not just any other side. The other side that don't usually win transfer deals because their owner don't usually put the money up. Like we did what they usually do against that team.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like that's the bit that pisses me off the most. Um, like it's just jarring, bro. And then when I look at the alternative names that they're looking for, bro, like they're looking for Rafael Leao and Mitoma. Like what?
Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
I mean Mitoma is okay backup. خير ما عندي مشكلة. But then
Mm-hmm.
you're telling me you want to put 50. I mean, he's valued 50M apparently
Mm-hmm.
for a potential backup. Come on now. You know what I mean? And then Leo, like, okay, can he score? Sure. But can he even beat a man, bro? Like,
Nah, man.
you know what I'm
I
saying,
know
bro?
what
Like,
you're saying, bro.
bro,
Listen, I know
like,
exactly what you're saying.
bro,
Yeah.
no, like, don't get it twisted. If we played Tuchel ball, yeah, and we
Mm-hmm.
were like we had an identity of like a Chelsea like back then, when you had Tuchel and like we had your identity, no
Yeah.
problem. I'll take a Leao, yeah. But here's the problem: we don't have that identity. Our identity is possession, high press, blah 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 blah. Blah. You get me? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we like to keep the ball. When you like to keep the ball, why would you have a guy like Leao who literally, for one, he doesn't even track back to win the ball if we lose it. Two, the guy can't beat a man consistently. So why would I want this guy? Like it just don't make sense to me, to be honest. Like it really don't, bro. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
You're right.
So yeah, I'm not
You're
gonna lie. I'm not looking forward to this transfer window ever since that Verge news happened.
kind of you're basically saying it kind of ruined your.
Bro, yeah, and then the worst part about it is immediately after the news came out from Plattenberg, Romano, and the man and Ornstein,
Yeah.
like I think an hour or two later, the Jonathan Tah confirmed. Here we go, news for Bayern is up.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've
Like,
seen that. Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, are you really trying to insult our intelligence? Like, what, bro?
That's basically what Arsenal do, innit? With the Zubamendi thing. As soon as they lost the
Yeah,
game,
bro. For me,
yeah,
everyone and their mom knew that he was going to. Who in the hell believed he was going to join Barcelona when they have the defenders that they have and they have the whole registration thing going on? Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, everyone
hmm
knew that he was going to join us. Like, why didn't you just announce this earlier? Why now? Like, but this is what I mean, bro. Like, you know what? I'm like, when this Verts thing started in the beginning, and it looked like he was gonna join us. I'm like, you know what? I'm intrigued to see what happens, bro. After that news, bro, it broke me, bro. It's like, don't go
Yeah,
back
but you
with your
know the
ass.
verts. You know the verts thing, yeah. Obviously, I don't watch Germany a lot, but I remember when Nagelsmann tried to do the whole. Remember, he tried to play both Musiala and
And
Verts,
it
play
worked
two
though.
ten. Huh?
And it worked though, to be fair.
Yeah, it worked. And I don't know, man. I think that obviously Liverpool won the league. You don't know if he wants to come to the Premier League or not. Like obviously, I don't know. I haven't really read a lot into the word stuff, but
It's because of Slot. Apparently, Slot was more convincing than Company. Turns out.
yeah. And for me, I think he looks obviously they are missing a 10 because obviously this Soboslai guy, he's
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
a
yeah, I know,
Gallagher.
I know. I'm
He's
aware. Yeah,
basically a Gallagher that plays in the 10, but he shouldn't be playing in the 10. You know what I mean? This is the thing about Soboslai, yeah. Remember Klopp had all these runners and he made good. And then all the players that were technically good, like Gakpo and all these other players, like
yeah,
Gravenberch, they all suffered on the club. They were basically everyone saying they were trash and all that, whatever, because it didn't work on the club. Then
yeah,
the players that were just runners succeeded. So like, cause Szoboszlai looked good. I think McAllister still looked good, but is what it is. But the minute obviously a manager came in and he needed to have them, he didn't need them to run as much. The players that are just runners just exposed in it. Basically, you started seeing which players can do more than just running, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. All of a sudden, Gravenberch excels, even though it's not his position. Gakpo's playing way better than he did before. Maybe because he's Dutch. You never know. Whatever it is, you know what I mean. Maybe he can get more out of him. Is what it is. But I think they, I think he realizes that they could be building the team around him. Yeah, specifically with the Salah stuff in it. In terms of if when Salah leaves, the team could be built around him
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I think
because
the plan is
they're gonna have to end up spreading the goals in terms of getting a proper striker, having Verts behind the striker in it, and then
yeah.
probably playing a wing on the right. Now that could be either Frimpong, who could potentially be the right wing backup, or he could actually be a right if they get another right back in it. Because remember he can play right wing because he plays right
Yeah,
wing
I
for
know. I
England.
actually see him as a backup option for Salah when he goes for AFCON. Salah.
Yeah, yeah. So you have
But
slightly different types of ways you can play him in it.
yeah, but I
Big up
will tell you
Danny,
this
man.
about Frimpong. They're planning on playing him right
Happy
back,
birthday,
bro.
bro.
If they're planning on playing him right back, I'm not gonna lie. When there gonna be a time in which they concede or Van Dijk is gonna have to work harder to win the ball, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Liverpool fans are eventually gonna get frustrated. I'm telling you right now, bro. Like that's one thing I have to point out, bro, because people think because he played well at right wing back at Liverpool, he's gonna replicate with at Liverpool. I don't see it, bro. You get me? Like
yeah.
he'll have good games going forward when they have the ball, but when they're the ones being played, like how the game against PSG, when PSG was giving it go, I could
Mm.
see Frimpong getting cooked, bro.
Yeah,
You get me?
but
Them type of
I don't know
games.
if you know him. Yeah, I don't know if you know him. You know Lex,
Yeah.
the Liverpool fan. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jamaican guy. Yeah, I once had a conversation with him behind the backstage. Yeah, after Northside show ended, and me and him was speaking there, and I think that's around when the trend news came out. Oh, it was after the PSG game. He was after the PSG game, and he was saying, "Yo, maybe this is the time we can just get a proper right back or a right back that can defend, and then we can just get a winger and a normal winger to play on the right." Does that make sense? You don't need someone or someone that can create from midfield or whatever it is in it that just kind of change the way and not that you don't have to fully rely on a what's his name on a Trent where all your things have to come from right back, and he was right. And then obviously
To be fair, the creative
they
thing
go and
is,
get Frimpong, who's basically more attacking.
yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But if there's one thing that can be exposed is that area. I have to admit. Um, but yeah, bro, about Wirtz, man, the thing that pisses me off the most, like our board's been talking about him for 3 years, man, 3 years or
Mhm.
something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, I've heard, I remember. Yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And and Hans Rummenigge was talking about how you know he is yeah, big up. And he's talking about how he's the best German talent, and then you have Jamal Musiala. Like that is crazy. You know what I mean?
Basically, they were glazing him. Is that?
Yeah, imagine you're glazing a German talent that plays for a rival club, bro,
Yo,
or
that's
competitor.
crazy.
Put it that way.
I get what you're saying. So basically, they almost started looking over someone else's house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They basically telling you. It's like telling your friends, yo, that
Yeah,
listen,
so I'm like,
the
when I
neighbor's
read
wife
that,
is.
I'm like, even if you don't need him, now you better go get him because you chat all that crap.
You know, it's funny. Yeah, that's like saying the neighbor's wife is the best looking woman in the area, but you
And you
have your
have
own
your
wife.
bro, and she's
Yeah,
probably
that's
good looking
crazy.
as well. Like that's the mad thing. Like crazy. It's a mad one. I can't even lie, bro. Listen, damage is done. All they can do is try to fix it in specific ways. If it was up to me, I'd go get Cherky. I can't even lie, bro. I actually think your clubs could do that too.
Yeah, but you know what's weird? Yeah, I know people keep referring to it, and it's weird, but it's like the Esteval guy is a 10 who plays on the right. They've already got him. Kendry Pires is, I think, is a 10, but he's going out on loan. He's going to Strasbourg for a year. We already have Palmer. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what they're gonna do yet with Felix. I mean, who's obviously in AC Milan. So I don't know if they would buy another 10, but with my club, they don't mind holding talent. So they don't mind buying him, sending one of the other 10s on loan, and then just keeping him part of the squad. Ye- a lot of people don't understand that his this Turkey, and this is the thing. I thought you would have got Turkey. You would have got words, and they would have gotten Turkey.
That's what I
Liverpool,
thought as well. That's what I thought.
because you need to know that these people are greedy. This Liverpool FSG ownership, bro. You and I watch Sam long enough here to know that these men are greedy. They don't buy the players that they needed to get. We all knew that they have money, but remember last season with the Caicedo, they were hustling with Lavia. He's gone.
Bro, and Zubimendi as well. No plan B and all
But the
that.
one thing people don't know about Liverpool, they don't haven't noticed this. They're gonna do all their business and then they're gonna be out. So if they get Verts, Frimpong, maybe Kirkes, they will just switch off and you won't see him again on the transfer window unless they're selling players. They don't do this whole transfer window saga thing. My club is involved in the transfer window from day one till deadline day. You get it? My
Selling
club's
and
involved
buying, by the way,
every
bro.
single
The
day.
amount of Saudi League players we have because of Chelsea is crazy.
Yeah, we just buying. What we do now is buying the Brazilians and not keeping them and probably all sending them on loan to you guys. 'Cause especially
Permanent.
remember, like the Saudi league's also trying to get better quality of players in terms of younger age. Remember
Yeah.
to make the league no whatever they don't want to just be known as we'll get you or you can come here and retire. So a lot of people are actually looking at it saying maybe, especially the Brazilians, bro. You get offered a move to Saudi, they're going straight away. You know.
Brother, I have Koulibaly in my team, bro. Oh my days.
Bro,
Bro,
if you're worried about, I had him, bro. You know how many years we were linked to Koulibaly, bro, when he was at Napoli for years,
yeah,
and then we
I
got
know, and
him
you
when he was
got him.
finished.
Bro,
They
can I
ended
tell
up
you what I
giving him
noticed
to us
on this
when he's
guy, bro?
finished.
It got, bro, can I tell you something about this Koulibaly guy? Yeah, last season he was actually cooking, yeah. Not gonna lie.
Hmm.
When we were invincible in that, he was actually doing his thing. Bro, this season, bro, watching Koulibaly is like watching Kim Min Jae. A'udhu billah, ya akhi. They
Man said he
overcommit.
got no rest. One day Koulibaly, the next day he's gone. He's
Kim Min Jae, bro. I'm telling you, bro, they do the same thing. You know what that is? Overcommit for nothing, bro. Like we're
but
leaving the
you need to
the
know though. You need to remember. What was his name? Koulibaly was known like he had the strength and the pace. Not quick when he was younger. So sometimes some of these defenders mentally they still think they're the same, innit? You get what I'm
yeah, I
saying? So
know,
when
I know.
they run out and then they realize, yo, my pace not the same.
Yeah, but yeah, with Koulibaly, the guy don't really learn, bro. You get me? I'd personally get rid of him.
Yeah.
I really would. But will they do? I doubt it. But
So
hey, it
you're
is what it
telling
is.
me your club's only linked to what? To link to Leao and them, man.
Oh, Bayern. So yeah, Leao, Mitoma. They were looking at. Apparently, they're looking at Eze as well.
Is it? Yeah, you never
Yeah,
know. Think what's his name? Um, Olise might give his boy a ring and say, yo, just come to Germany.
yeah. I have to say, Ulysses has been balling, by the way.
Yeah, what a
Unreal.
player, man. That's what we will be watching. This is a great example of when you take a player from a team and he goes to play with players with better quality. That's a great example, bro. Because it's not
Yeah.
like he wasn't doing this in the league, but now you can see him do it on bigger stages, bro.
Bro, in the chat in the quarter of Inter Milan, I know people talk about Yamal what he did against Inter, but even Ulysses in the first leg was doing that. By the way, unreal.
Yeah, I know. I know.
On, on, no,
Which is why I understand that my fan base was annoyed that we didn't get him. But I wasn't annoyed because I knew that we didn't have one of the requirements, which was UCL football. He wanted UCL football, so us just giving him 250k a week or 300k a week may have done the job, but I didn't. Now
thing is,
you
you were
ever?
heavily linked with him as well, bro. You were.
Well, we've been linked for him for years because he played for Chelsea. I'm pretty sure when he was younger.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah. Him and Musiala been talking
Mm,
about them playing with each other.
yeah, yeah. So people thought we'd bring the kid home and then we bring Musiala home.
Yeah, that's not happening, brother. Unless if you know what it is though. The only chance that happens is let's say if we drastically drop and you drastically get better again.
Yeah, if we go back to being one of the top
Yeah, yeah.
teams
If
in the
that
league,
happens, then I can see a Musiala go to Chelsea or something.
because he might want to go and
Especially
do a
with
bit
that
of
release clause on his contract. Like you probably. Well,
what's his release clause? Is it 150 or something?
I believe 175.
You know, this one thing that I thought about. Obviously, you might tell me a bit more about this in case I'm wrong. Yeah, from what I've heard is that the words total package was 300 million. So that means probably means over his whole contract,
Yeah, but that's over the his
five
tenure as.
6 years of the contract
Yeah,
with all the
yeah, yeah.
wages, everything. Yeah,
That's the thing that people don't understand. So I believe with us, we would have had to pay 150. Then he
yeah,
would have had to pay, I think, 25 million each year.
for his
Like,
contract, for his wages, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
for
but
them.
that's what I'm saying. So when City seen that, they were like, "Nah, that's too much for words," so they pulled out. But some people are saying they got rejected. I doubt it.
I actually think he got rejected still, by the way.
You think they think they rejected City? You think he rejected
I
City?
think he rejected City, yeah. I think he
I don't
rejected
think. You know
City,
why I don't think so?
and then
Because
over
that's
time he rejected us as well.
you know why. You know why I'm saying that because I've this is not the first time I've seen City pull out of deals when they think it's too much. They done the same with Rice. They done the same with Cucurella when we bought
Yeah,
him from Brighton.
but then
Sometimes they
Rice
just
wanted to stay in London though. But then Rice wanted to stay in London at the time.
yeah,
Declan Rice.
but they keep telling you that they got them off or got them from they managed to get him off City. You know how many times they always say that City
That,
pulled out. He ended up saying I wanted to go to a team, whatever, but City actually pulled out and said we're not paying that much money for Declan Rice. Either way, I don't know, man. I think you know the price you buy a Verge for now, which is what 150, yeah, roughly. People keep saying, well, he can go to Bayern Munich later on in his career, whatever. I'm thinking, how are you supposed to sell him for a profit?
bro, I'm gonna be real. Like, now that he's going to Liverpool, I don't see us getting Verts anytime soon.
No, but I'm saying, let's say in the future he ends up being sold. You know, some of these players you buy them. He's young, so you buy him now. You don't necessarily, you know, nowadays no one really believes that these players are gonna stay in our club for like a mullah or something. You know what I'm saying? All the way to they
But
retire.
yeah, but here's the thing: this Arnie Slot project that they got going on. Now that they have Edwards, it looks like, I have to admit, they're looking like they're going in the upper trajectory. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't
Yeah,
look like they're going down. So I could see Vert staying for a good amount of time. But then again, there will come a point in time in which the FSG regime will be back to the usual, in which they don't
yeah,
spend the money and then they deteriorate again. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get back to Liverpool fans complaining. It's gonna happen. I know that.
yeah. Because
So
it's on FSG, which is what I said before. I said if Slot does what he does, if we're gonna see what they run if they back him. Oh,
yeah,
you know what it is? Your club backs your manager usually. My club usually back their manager, whatever. Yeah, we know. Even United spend money, even if whether they know the manager's gonna be there or not, they always spend money, innit? The only team that doesn't really spend money is Liverpool, bro. A new manager came in and they only bought him Chiesa. You get what I'm saying?
and
So,
now they're about to buy Verts, Kerkez, and who else was who's the other guy they're gonna buy? I forgot the name. Frimpong. But Frimpong more of a release clause, so they just took advantage. That's like a typical Liverpool signing. Like, I don't even know if I want to count Frimpong because it's a typical release clause thing. You get me? Um,
well, yeah, just go
it's
trigger the
like them
release
when they
clause.
got McAllister. Basically, it's like the cheeky signing, which
Yeah,
is a good
yeah.
deal. But just
A
saying,
very
right?
good deal, especially considering how good the player turned out to be, but also the price of him. You know what I mean? Like McAllister could easily be like an 80, 90 million pound player.
Yeah, exactly, bro. The way he be playing, unreal, bro. That guy's unreal. I have to admit, that guy's unreal, bro. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that's a good that just proved to be a good deal already. So yeah, listen, Liverpool. The thing is, when Liverpool fans, they didn't understand where I come. Because by the way, my stream I did, bro, it got got bare views, bare comments saying Liverpool bigger than Bayern and all that stuff. Yeah, they can dream all they want, but they didn't understand the perspective I came with. Like, the perspective I had, right? Wow, pause. The perspective I had is like, in all due respect, right? Like, the guy's German. That's one.
Yeah.
And our boy been talking about him for years. Our for once our supervisory board and not our director is the one taking charge. So you'd think they'd be more serious, which apparently turns out they were slacking, taking their time. Because at the time, for some reason, they were like they were like waiting for Wirtz to like send a transfer request to Leverkusen, innit? So he can go to Bayern. But that's what they were doing, bro. They were like, "Hey, you know what remind me? It might remind me of Harry Kane, gentleman's agreement settings." You get me? They're like,
Gentleman agreement. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it.
"Yeah, yeah, man." They were like, "Oh, he's gonna put transfer request, this, yada, yada, yada." You know, if they were really that proactive, Bayern, like how they usually would be, they just go ask, "Wait, what do you want?" Boom, slap it on the table, done. Down, here's you go. Here you go. Give me my player. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
doing this.
100%. If
You
you're
get me?
serious, you do that. But at the same time, I also see some of the clubs negotiate, yeah, and I understand and I'm with it. But at the same time, you need to know where you are and what you need. So if he's the player you need, throw the money in it. I'm with that. I don't
Yeah, yeah,
care.
yeah, bro.
Like,
I hate this notions of like, oh, he's so expensive and this and this and this. If you're not a rich club, I get it. However, why I don't get why fans are acting like we ain't rich. Bro, we're one of the richest clubs in the world, even though we are on under 50 plus one rule. Like that's the mad thing. Like, could you imagine? Yeah, you have Audi, you have that beer company. I keep on forgetting the name, right? Which is mad that I don't remember the name, but probably better.
Heineken.
Paul Harbner or whatever the hell it's
Yeah,
called.
I don't know that one. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a German one. You
yeah,
got Adidas, and then you got the Allianz. Yeah, they all sponsor this club. Also, you have German Deutsche Telekom, right?
yeah.
The kid sponsor sponsoring, and you're telling me, and you get most shirt sales at one point. Allianz, we fill the stadium 99%. You get me, and you're telling me you ain't got enough funds to spend on players. That's pathetic. Especially when you make Champions League every year since you win the league nearly every year. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that's the bit I never understood. I never understood how we are financially not stable enough to spend money because we are. We really are. Like, this is the whole thing I have to deal with every year. It's just pathetic, bro. You
You're
get me?
actually, yeah, don't see, you're right. What's fun? What's funny is the fans act like it's their money. Yeah, bro, 100%. This is one thing that annoys me so much, bro. Sometimes, yeah. Like, why is it people always make excuses in terms of "Yeah, it's your own money? Yeah, you can look at it from a business perspective. Like you and I can speak about something and bring in the business perspective and try to see whether we can understand it from their business perspective. Because you don't want to end up like a United or whatever, where there's no money or you're struggling, whatever, as a team as well, yeah. But at the same time, if that's the player you need, get it done, bro. You don't always have to. Even look at us this season. When you look at the whole thing overall, and you think if they had just bought one of the strikers in the summer, if we had just bought a John Duran, bro. If we just, you know what they said about John Duran? He has what's it called?
What
Behavior
about?
issues. The
Yeah. By the
behavior
way,
issues, that
and then
excuse, bro.
Nasser kept
Behavior.
it short. I rate it though. The way he be moving in Nasser, I low key rate it.
Yeah, behavior issues. Then they say behavior issues. Then they say
Yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
Usherman
Well, it
behavior.
shows because you know what it is with him. He's you know how he has Ronaldo in his team. This
Hmm.
guy goes, bro. Everyone tries to cross the ball for him. The guy's like, "Fuck this shit. I'll take a shot."
But he was doing that anyway at Villa.
Villa,
Remember the
yeah,
goal
yeah,
he
yeah.
scored
No, but
against
that's
Villa?
what I mean. I think that's what they mean. They feel like he shoots too much. But bro, listen, man. If 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 you can score goals a good amount of the time, I rate it, bro. I
Bro, I
can't even
remember
lie.
that
Even though there's
season before he
records
left.
on.
That whatever when he first started playing, every game he'd come off the bench and he would just shoot a rocket from outside the box. You know, he scored against West Ham. He done it against you lot. He done it against some other teams as well. Bro, he had the chest to shoot from outside the box, and he was actually hitting them on target. You know.
No. By the way, can I
So
just say that goal he scored against Bayern, man, dinked us, bro.
he scored a chip. I think it was in Leipzig because I remember doing a watch along for that game. He had a it was a shot and a chip at the same time, bro. At the same time, he chipped the goalkeeper, and it was a powerful shot, bro. And I was like, yo. So did I want to really see him go to any other club? Not in terms of overseas. No, I'd want him to see him, play here. But if he wants to go and come back, No one cares, and that's his thing. These are all the players that we were linked with, bro. We were linked to Alvarez. People were laughing, saying we don't want the City reject. Yeah, Julian Alvarez. Look at as soon as he went to Atletico,
Yeah.
everyone, oh, look at Julian Alvarez. I want to take him at my club. John Duran, same thing. We wanted him before he was scoring all the goals at Villa that season. Yeah, Samu or Omoridion, whatever his name is. I wasn't really with him, but apparently he's bagging goals. Fair enough. So I'm thinking, how about you just let the club get the player, and if it's not the right player, you can get onto them, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? But then we keep getting linked to people like Garnacho and that, which is where my worry is. And that's how I go back to the question um, AJ asked me earlier, where he said, "Do you trust your recruitment team to improve the team?" No, no, bro. This is we were saying those two twins, yeah, the evil twins, the clowns, whatever you want to call them, yeah, when Stanley and Stewart, bro,
Yeah.
they have to sort themselves out this season. I don't care about no data analyst. You know what I'm saying? The chart's telling me this, the chart's telling me that. Bro, go and get the players that we need. You know what I mean? Get the players that we need. I don't care if you go into the transfer window, do what you need, shut the transfer window, and just leave. Obviously, this year's transfer window is gonna have two. I think it's gonna have two parts. I don't know how it is in Germany, whatever. But in England, we're gonna have the first part and then the second part.
Of what was that exactly?
So
First
it's
part
gonna,
of
I
what?
think, for Club World Cup in it. So we're gonna start and then end somewhere. It's gonna
Oh,
start.
by the way, Germany's the same. Germany's the same. Even Turkey's the same.
Right. Just I'm gonna pick up a call.
Transfer
Yeah.
window.
Keep,
Yeah, yeah.
keep going.
The transfer window opens partially before the Club World Cup, and then there's one afterwards as well. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. But guys, listen, man, like and subscribe to Yasser's channel. Otherwise, you're fraudulent. You get what I'm saying? Come on now. Let's get this guy up to what's his subscribe count right now? I'm gonna go check his channel right now. We need to go check his count. What's his count be moving like? Hmm. His count. All right, listen, man. We need to get him up, bro. Get the guy up. So he's on. He's at the moment. He's on 271. Let's try to get him to 280 at least. Actually, realistically, he should be on 300. But yeah, let's get him up there. How many likes are we on as well? 15. We can get to 20. Come on now. How many viewers do we have? Shit, I should have checked that. I left YouTube. Oh, but yeah, man. What do you guys want to talk about, man? Um, so there's how many of you in the chat? Two of you. Oh, well then that's not possible. Would have been nicer with more viewers, but listen, uh, it is what it is, man. You get me. But bro, listen, with Chelsea, bro, because obviously this is your channel. You know, I actually think Chelsea is not talked about enough.
Yeah.
Um, you get me, bro. With you, man, like when I look at your team, like
Hmm.
so, you have Sanchez in goal, so we already know one thing that needs changing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Petrovic.
so you think Petrovic can start, or do you not think you need
Well,
another?
to be fair, Petrovic has been the best goalkeeper in the French league this season. Um, uh,
No, then maybe you keep him so it saves your money or something. Maybe
yeah, so
for
they were
this.
saying that he wasn't good with his feet, but then that's probably why he didn't play him. And then he just started, bro. He went over there and he's doing his thing. He's playing really well. I think his passing and everything's really good. He's always been like a good shot stopper anyway, and he was better than Sanchez. So we were always surprised why they let him go. But obviously, it showed that he's improved over there. And I think it's an easy option to play him for the season. If that doesn't work out, go and get another goalkeeper in it. Do you get what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? If
think
they
next
want to get
season give
someone else,
Petro a chance. Get Petro,
huh?
give Petro a chance. I was gonna say give Petrovic a chance if you need to save money.
Sanchez is going. Like regardless, Sanchez is going. We're gonna have
Oh,
Jurgensen as backup. Yeah, Sanchez is going regardless.
for what reason? Is there a reason for it? Like I know you think he's not good enough, but like, is there like a reason the board's
No,
gonna like?
the club just wants to get rid of him, innit? Like they wanted to give him a chance, but they realized that if he can't be number one, he doesn't want to stay either. So they were like, okay, cool, then we'll
Oh,
just sell you. When
interesting,
it
bro.
comes to let's say we obviously we need defenders, innit? I think Chalaba might get sold, and that's only because I don't know. I think they're looking at him still at as pure profit, so they probably will sell him. and we should just get a couple to. Well, we've been linked to Gay for a while. This Crystal Palace English centre back, so he might be looking like someone that might come. Midfield, we don't really need anyone in midfield. I don't think anyone in our midfield is really leaving except for like a Dewsbury Hall, who's barely plays. But then we already have Isugo coming in, who's a kid that we bought. He's basically
Yeah,
backup for Lavia. And then you have
facts.
Santos, who's basically been one of the standout midfielders in Liga and as well in Strasbourg. Bro,
Yeah,
he's captain at like 19, bro. In
crazy.
Strasbourg. He's captain, he's running like he plays really well. And he can be basically another person that we have in midfield. So our midfield depth and the quality would be one of the best in the league straight away.
But the
The
thing is, you
depth,
already have Navia, Caicedo, and if you keep Enzo, listen, I know Enzo is not being credited enough at Chelsea,
yeah,
but I'm not gonna lie, and you're gonna call me crazy, but listen, I've heard, I don't know, I'm sure you know Football Carnage, right? Well,
yeah, yeah.
he's a Madrid fan, innit? He's been singing lyrical for Enzo Fernandez for
They
time.
want they want him as the Kroos replacement, innit?
Yeah, yeah, and there's a reason, bro, because what he offers suits a top side in Europe. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, uh-huh.
like I think people ask too much from midfielders. Like, don't get it twisted. I understand. Like, you need somebody that's press resistant, 100%. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you have too many midfielders that's like that, it
Mm-hmm.
causes like selfishness to a
Yeah.
degree, and
Yeah,
then
but
there's
you
no
know this,
quality.
Enzo, he's not really a player that suits transition and that. He's one of them players that you have when you fully control the game. You know, when you just pushing everyone
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
when you have
yeah,
the
yeah. I can.
ball.
He reminds me of Joshua Kimmich for us. He reminds me of
Yeah,
Joshua
yeah, yeah.
Kimmich,
He's not the
except Enzo
quickest.
has more
He's not the
grit.
quickest. So that's why people always say he's a bit like Jorginho in terms of he's not really the quickest when it goes to recovery and that. But he's he's already becoming one of those players that is one of the seniors, potentially the captain and all that. Whether he's the captain and vice captain, Reece James, but he's very important in our midfield. Lavia is important, but obviously because he's not always fit, we need to get a backup for him in case, which we've done. Um, Santos going to be another one in that midfield. Who's the other one? Caicedo's Caicedo, and we also needed the backup for Caicedo, bro. Because this season we've been basically playing Caicedo every game, no backup for Caicedo. So
Yeah,
getting Santos and Isugo in basically strengthens our midfield, and it gives us an option in case anyone's injured or to change them out. The biggest difference that we might see, obviously, is the striker position. There was always been questions over Madueke because he was always linked to Newcastle, so we still have to look with that one. Striker, we've been linked to Liam Delap, we're linked to Sesko, but alhamdulillah, it doesn't look like we really
it
want
looks
him.
like he's going to Arsenal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tesco looking like he's
More
going to
Arsenal, yeah. We've been heavy linked to João Pedro, but it looks like might be Liverpool and Newcastle looking at João Pedro from Brighton. Um, I don't know, man. I know that I know that our club's looking for a left winger and a striker this season. So it might even be Gittins, because remember we've been linked heavily to Gittins this season. So it might even be Gittins and a striker. So we'll see what they do anyway, man. I'm just trying to see what they do because we don't have that much data in terms of we don't have a lot to go by with this ownership because we haven't really seen them do their thing. It's not like what you've seen with your ownership or what we've seen with the Arsenal ownership, where you can almost predict what they'll do. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's more of let's see. It's almost like judge them when you see it, kind of thing. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? So that and then you can
By the
say
way,
what they'll
sometimes
do.
my board can shock me. I can't even lie to you, bro. I mean, I've seen Noglan get sacked out of nowhere. So, Tom,
Yeah, 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 yeah. I hear it. I hear
I
it.
mean, it is what it is, bro. You get me? I mean, the Verge thing is also a shock out of nowhere. Um, it just is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. Listen, I do gotta bounce.
Same,
But
same. I was gonna say to you, I'm gonna end the stream now because I also have to
oh,
go.
calm, yeah, because I was gonna say I
So
do gotta go, but
yeah, man.
big up to you and
Listen,
big
people,
up
man. Big up to you, there, man. Thank you for pulling up.
Starwa,
Um,
man.
yeah, big up. Obviously, first time on the channel, you know what I mean. So I had to get you on, man. I
Yeah,
was like, yo, if you got nothing to do, just chat a bit of football. So yeah, big
yeah.
up to you. Make sure you subscribe to there. You know what I mean. And yeah, man. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.